Okay, I guess my question
I'm
is...
sorry I didn't answer it.
No,
I can't answer it, you know.
I understand
really...
what you're saying, but I'm just trying to get a sense of how that income truly compensates you as an elected tax collector. I mean, obviously you ran for it, and
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah.
I'd suggest that Mr. Sellers be careful asking that question because she may actually do the math and wise up and
Well,
we'll be looking for another tax
you make a very
collector.
good point. I have doubted my response to the former mayor as he approached me. I've kind of doubted him since the day I said I would do it. Doubted that decision because, yeah, it's. I mean, like I said when I definitely like serving the public, but am I getting compensated for what I could really do with my life and my career? No.
Do you spend more than 2 hours a week? 5 hours? 10 hours?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 hours? I'm just curious.
Well, right now, March, April, July, August, I'm putting in 5 hours a week right at Borough Hall. Maybe my husband can answer this question. He knows I go hole up in my office and I
Do
disappear
you keep
for
those
hours.
records at home by any chance?
It's just so hard. I'd answer your question if I could. I can't. But I'll tell you, when it comes to the end of a discount period, I'm around the clock. I really am.
So it's a cyclical job.
It is.
Clearly, and like I'm sure all of us up here have experienced, there's usually much more work that goes into something than we are originally led to believe.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other questions for Judy? Okay. Do we want to go on to make those motions or wait for the solicitor's report?
I think it makes most sense to do it right now. The only thing I'll ask is, at the work session, I was asked in drafting the ordinance to leave the amount that the fee would be increased to blank. So I will phrase the motion, but I just ask if I can get some guidance from council as to what you are inclined to approve.
And could you explain again regarding the current discrepancy between our ordinance and our fee schedule?
Yes, the current fee schedule states the tax certification fee at $20 per certification, which is what I understand the tax collector is collecting. However, the ordinance states that the certification fee permitted is $25. So right now there is a discrepancy between the two. I understand from Judy's presentation, I guess she's looking for an increase to $35, which would require an amendment to both the ordinance and the fee schedule. If an increase to just $25 was what council was inclined to approve, then we could leave the ordinance as is, but we would still need to amend the fee schedule.
Does anyone in council wish to make a motion?
I just want to clarify one thing, Judy. If someone in the community were to refinance, they would be required to provide documentation, and that's what you're doing, right? So you're saying they require a 3-year window? That's like a sound, yeah, sure.
That 3 years is typically what they're looking for definitely at closing. Refinance, it's probably maybe not as good.
Okay. But in 2000,
Can you come to the microphone, please? Thanks.
Sure. I guess in general, when a title and abstract company comes to me, or a bank for a refi, they're basically just asking for the tax certification. It's not spelled out on all of these tax certs the exact number of years that they're looking for. It's just through my experience that it's typically a maximum of 3 years. And so, you know, that's what I give them. And I've been doing it now, you know, for this is my third year, and it's never, you know, the questions never come back to me or.
But I guess the thought was if it was a 3-year process, the last 2 years you could not provide the total 3, so they went to the county and paid 15 anyway.
If they felt that they needed that information, then they would. If they needed the full 3 years, they're all a little bit different. Just like the tax collectors, we all kind of do everything. There's a little bit of a difference.
Thank you.
I'll phrase the motion. If I can have a motion to authorize the solicitor to advertise an ordinance amending Article 4, Chapter 139 of the Code of the Borough of Newtown, increasing the fee to be paid to the tax collector for tax certifications from $25 to $35. The ordinance will indicate an effective date to be determined.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been a motion and a second.
Can I ask one quick question of Paul first, just in case you're going to say something? If after we have some public discussion next month, if there's a decision to actually approve an amount lesser than 35, can we do that, given your publication of the ordinance, or would we have to start all over again? And again, I'm voting for this anyway. I just think we all should know that, know what we're committing to when we vote.
My understanding is that it's going to be an up or down vote on the motion that's presented and the motion that has been advertised. If council wishes to amend the ordinance or the proposed ordinance, and I'll confirm this after the fact, but my understanding is that if it chooses to change this dollar amount, we would have to revise and re-advertise the ordinance in that changed capacity. I'm trying to think if there's a way of keeping it vague, but I don't think that would be appropriate. We would have to put the number in. If council votes that down, then at that time another motion can be made authorizing me to advertise a different ordinance with a different dollar amount.
Thanks.
Any other discussion on council? Okay, you wish to be heard on this?
Yeah. Having been in real estate for 31 years now, I'm intimately familiar with the with the tax certification, and I think the average really is about $35 for each settlement. And I think not only is the accuracy essential that Judy pointed out, but I think the other thing that we look for as realtors are a timely response, because we need to have these tax certifications at the time of settlement. Also, it's essential for settlement. We cannot have settlement unless we have these certifications. So I think, the extra $15 is justified as far as most realtors are concerned, and I think most buyers would feel that way too. And I think I don't know what your job description is, but I don't necessarily think that a tax certification is a requirement of the tax collector. I think it's something that she can do on her own. It's not by law or anything, is it? I don't know. So it's something that is an additional job on her part, and I think she should be compensated for it. Thank you.
Okay, if there's a motion on the floor, any further discussion by council? Okay, so the motion is to authorize advertisement of amendment to the Code of the Borough of Newtown to increase the fee paid to the tax collector for tax certifications from the current $25 to $35. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
That's 5 aye, 1 nay. Motion carries.